think changed everything when it comes to how people feel about on-air talent.
Molly, this made me think about another phenomenon that I think we're seeing. Not only is it impossible now to have an anchor achieve the Tim Russert level of like fame and belovedness, but it's also very difficult to make actors who are superstars. Most of the superstar actors today are the same people that were superstars in the 90s. It's a lot of old people. It's Tom Cruise, for instance. He's really still the biggest movie star in the world, with the exception of maybe Leonardo DiCaprio, who was also big in the 90s. And I think there are two factors at play here. One, audience attention is splintered compared to what it was in the 90s and before, when it all just came out of this giant fire hose, especially in regards to news, where everybody basically got their television news from the big three broadcast networks, right? Now people get their news from all over the place, so I don't have to develop a relationship with the guy on the NBC Nightly News. And there's another phenomenon that I think we're seeing play out. The throne is not that big anymore. The guy who used to host the CBS Evening News at 9 or 10 p.m. was a king. Everybody knew his name and face, and he was exceptionally famous. And that level of fame and influence attracted people with a very high level of talent, a high level of potential. And because that throne is not as prestigious as it used to be, it's not even a throne anymore. It's just a job some people get, right? The best people are not attracted to being television news anchors anymore. If you are good looking and you have an extraordinary level of charisma, do you really want to go host a show on CNN or MSNBC, which are two sort of dying formats? I mean, they're strong brands, but the format itself, their viewership is falling year over year as viewing habits change and people transition away from traditional cable packages. I also think that film, and to an even lesser extent, the news, televised news, is not really a vanguard industry anymore. There's not a lot of innovation that's happening there. It's just people sort of iterating on a format on different platforms. The viewership is splintering. So I think the best and the brightest are going to what has been the vanguard industry for 20-something years. It's tech. They're all in tech. The best and the brightest are in tech because they can make the most money. They can put the biggest dent in history. That's all in tech right now. So, the most exciting things that are happening in film right now are where film and tech are overlapping. And I think that news is even more reticent to innovate in the form. So, they're having problems right now. They're not attracting a lot of talent.